There you are. Let's go. This is the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in.
Under the waves is where we belong.
Deep inside Hermitage, there lies a mysterious machine like no other with strange contraptions no one can explain.
Грибочек, это видите. Что это за дело?
The craziest part about all that, I don't think it was plugged in. That was all off a few hand cranks. How efficient and mysterious was that? When we talk about the world fairs, I 100% think that's the type of stuff that was there. Mind-blowing contraptions. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Is she right? They are manipulating our world through a matrix running cyberspace.
So, Majestic is understanding how to manipulate the fabric of reality using magic. Yeah, like the wireless sensor networks that you've adhesed with a bunch of metamaterials and metals that you've been spraying into the atmosphere. And then, based on the N series, it's N0, N1, and N3 per the paper on the biosensor networks to the wireless sensor network to manipulate matter in the plasma-based atmosphere with your plasma-based body, but only you. Everybody else doesn't know they have that anatomy. They're not allowed to feel their biofield. They don't know what biofield concurrence is. They don't know the biofields on the National Institute of Health. They're sitting there waiting on you, our defense intelligence agency, to save them. You're harvesting not only their DNA and their energy harvesting W-band, they're connected to the microgrid and the power grid via LoRa to pull the energy right out of them for the bioeconomy and the tokenized economy that you've been working on for over 10 years. The metamaterials of Professor Akil, these were fully finished and fully deployed in test beds in 2011. And so you've all been sitting here going to augmentation conferences, practicing with those air molecules to drive the drone with only your visualization and your thoughts since 2009. I have more papers now. And as if all that's not enough, your N-series augments from the inside out to have longer range and more dimensional access going up the tree, which they do describe here, but they do it wrong. They keep telling you that you're going to space. Never seen you go past the firmament. Oh, but we have access to the moon. Well, somebody might, but it sure ain't you.
She's super real. I didn't know she was that real. She's super real, y'all.
You. So, if that's, whatever that is too, because they make fake suns and all this too. I don't want to get into it. I'm trying to leave that for other people to either about it or don't, because I'm really busy. But if you don't, Project Luna with NASA, when you log in, it says MRI. You guys are not in space. You have different equipment that's hovering around us, low Earth orbit, but you've had that since 1865. No problem. That's with UW Whitewater. I was there. I saw the HP Census, who helped you with your sentient world simulation research before they turned it into the global information grid in 2005 with the Killbox update 2006. Those are the papers I've already loaded with the Joint Chief of Staff and the PDF on the global information grid in 2009. And then you come into SIPRNet, NIPRNet, and the 2014 Computer Weekly article with the warfare, network-centric warfare being a problem with the international community. And there we are. And then they talk about Obama and his people just striking whoever they want. They weren't talking about the sandbox. They're talking about your civilian environment. That's why Jade Helm was run in 2015 for on-the-ground logistics. That's almost 10 years ago, General Flynn. Do you notice how many people are still completely clueless as to the weaponry that's being executed here since 2011, and they paid for it? Makes you wonder.
Sabrina Wallace throwing haymakers. I didn't know she was that real. She's super real. For entertainment purposes only, do your own research on everything. This entire video is just theories, not factual. Buckle up, Buttercup. Silent sound spread spectrum. I've seen this dude before. He's asked some pretty interesting questions. Let's take a look.
How does the silent sound spread spectrum affect human behavior?
The Silent Sound Spread Spectrum, SSSS, is a technology used by the Department of Defense to send subliminal messages to the human mind. These messages are delivered using ultra-high frequency broadcast waves. The technology is designed to influence behavior and program the mind, although the exact effects on human behavior are not well understood.
Alexa, how do 5G networks use the silent sound spread spectrum?
5G networks use the Silent Sound Spread Spectrum, SSSS, technology to transmit subliminal messaging in the form of ultra-high frequency broadcast waves. This technology is developed by the Department of Defense to directly program messages into the human mind unconscious.
Alexa, how long has the silent sound spread spectrum been in use domestically?
The Silent Sound Spread Spectrum, SSSS, technology, reportedly a part of the Pentagon's psychotronics arsenal, has been in full operation since the early 1990s. This technology is designed to transmit sound signals through the air in a way that is not audible to the human ear but can be clearly heard through electronic devices, such as televisions or computers, without the need for speakers. The SSSS technology is believed to have been used domestically and internationally for various purposes, including crowd control, influencing behavior, and monitoring individuals.
That's like weaponized telepathy. Weaponized telepathy is what I'm getting from it.
Whew. Alexa, how does RF mapping work in conjunction with the silent sound spread spectrum?
RF mapping is a technique used in conjunction with Silent Sound Spread Spectrum, SSSS, technology. RF mapping involves the use of radio frequencies to create a map of the surrounding environment. This map is then used to direct the subliminal messaging carried by the SSSS technology. The combination of RF mapping and SSSS allows for targeted delivery of subliminal messages to specific individuals or groups. The messaging is designed to be imperceptible to the human consciousness, yet it can be programmed to influence behavior or emotions.
Targeted. Alexa, how do IMSI catchers work with silent sound spread spectrum?
From Scribe.com. Silent Sound Spread Spectrum, SSSS, is a technology developed by the Department of Defense that uses subliminal messaging carried by ultra-high frequency broadcast waves to directly program messages into the unconscious human mind.
Alexa, how is the use of silent sound spread spectrum able to be detected?
The use of silent sound spread spectrum technology can be detected using a technique known as time of arrival, TOA, localization. This system exploits the fact that the spread spectrum signal modulated sound has a distinct timing signature, which can be measured and used to determine the source's location. By analyzing the TOA of the signal at multiple receivers, a location can be estimated and the source of the silent sound detected.
13 love, 13 wisdom, 13 knowledge, 13 respect. Cause when we speak like this, y'all think it's conspiracy. Cause certain people don't know how to research. They don't know exactly where to look. So when I speak about the Texas folklore, and I speak about the term or the saying, everything's bigger in Texas, it's in reference to the giants. And let me dive into the local archives that's buried for y'all, okay? Cause some of y'all don't even know where to look in your own hometown, okay? The Nakona warriors. The Cato. Cause y'all can go research and look it up too. And you can go see if I'm correct or not, but y'all don't want to do that. Y'all just rather play in somebody's comment section. And when I ask for help, y'all don't do nothing but just play with me. So the Cato, meaning to walk alone, or meaning the giants. The Nakona were giants who stated that walked the Texas plains.
I believe you, and I can understand your frustration. TikTok ain't got nothing but a bunch of kids on it. That's why. They don't care about them giants in Texas, but I do. We gonna see what's really going on. The Nakona warriors in Texas. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. We gonna get to the bottom of this. All right, not too much popping up on the Nakona warriors. Ever since that TikTok ban, TikTok has been scrubbed of all the juicy information. But this, let's see what he's talking about.
Yeah, they were black. The Anunnaki were black, but they weren't us. They had ceased being us a long, long time ago. And for those that know, they know. Anyhow, they came in and they caught us off guard. They came into Lower Kemet. And while the defenses were down, they took over. You know what I'm saying? This is just a reality. We got hit, took our first hit, and they did what they do. They did what they do best. They started to imitate us. They became pharaohs in that region, and for 400 years, they enslaved the African Hebrews that were in that region that had been contributing to Kemet with their sciences and their knowledge and their art. And they took these African Hebrews that were in Lower Kemet, what we now call Israel, and they marched a lot of them to Babylon. They marched them to Babylon, enslaved them, and forced them to divulge their knowledge, their science, their art, and they took that knowledge and they used it to genetically alter creatures, to some of the first, you know what I'm saying, genetic research was going on. They were creating humanoids. They wanted to live forever. They wanted to create vessels that they could transfer into and live forever. This is how crazy they were. And so, Tahaka in Upper Nubia, in Upper Nubia, forms an army of 150,000 Africans from 7 different nations. And they go on a warpath. They're taking out everything that is not African. Everything that can't grow in Afro must go. Plus, they're coming to get the Hebrews. These are their brothers. Through blood. You understand me? So they begin to take these Assyrians, they begin to take them out. All the way up to what we call Lebanon. And when Tartaria gets up to this region, he realizes, damn, his troops start talking about seeing these giants, these hairy giants, half men, half beasts, that they're fighting up in these mountains, Assyria. Some 10 feet tall, smell so bad you can smell them downwind a half a mile away. He tells to who? To build a wall. You think the Great Wall of China was mighty? They built this wall knowing that this wall could block these beasts from ever entering the Holy Lands again. They would have to take the Arabian Desert. So the legend goes.
Who are saying it is called the Wall of Benin. All right, let's see what we can find about the Wall of Benin. So there was an Anunnaki Great Wall called the Wall of Benin. Let's see what we can pop up for the Wall of Benin.
Did you know there's a wall in Africa that's longer than the Great Wall of China? Welcome to the Great Wall of Benin, also known as the Walls of Benin. Built over 500 years ago, it's one of the largest earthworks ever created by human hands. Stretching over 16,000 kilometers, it protected the ancient Benin kingdom from invaders. The walls were made of millions of cubic meters of earth, showcasing incredible engineering skills. Though much of it has eroded over time, its remnants tell tales of a powerful and advanced civilization. Next time you think of ancient wonders, remember the Great Wall of Benin, a true marvel of human ingenuity.
Show me what it looks like.
The Wall of Benin, once one of the world's largest man-made structures, was an engineering marvel of ancient Africa. Stretching over 16,000 kilometers, this impressive wall surrounded the Kingdom of Benin, located in present-day Nigeria. Built using earth and natural materials, it was not only a defense system, but also a symbol of the kingdom's power and ingenuity. In fact, it was even larger than the Great Wall of China, making it one of the longest walls in the world.
How come I never heard about this? The Wall of Benin? I thought the Great Wall of China was the biggest, but the Wall of Benin?
The wall in...
You know, and people say the Great Wall of China really isn't the Great Wall of China. They're saying it's the Great Wall of Tartaria if you haven't been watching my videos.
Kingdom from invaders, and held gates, moats and trenches, protecting the kingdom from invaders and helping maintain order. Its construction began around the 11th century, and it remained a crucial feature of Benin's defences until the British colonial invasion in 1897, when much of it was destroyed. Despite its destruction, the Wall of Benin remains a testament to the advanced engineering and strategic planning of one of Africa's most powerful civilizations.
So they destroyed it. When did they say they destroyed it? 1897. So that was recent. That was after everything then went down. The British came and was like, "Oh, this gotta go." Don't they have all them? Don't the British have all the relics and stuff in the British Museum that they need to give up anyway? I'm gonna try to find some pictures for us.
We get to Western Central Africa. This is the heart of where Africans were supposed to display their innate inferiority, because this is where most of the enslaved Africans enslaved in the Americas were taken from. And what do we have here? In 1668, a Dutchman called Ofer de Poor traveled around Central and Western Africa, and he drew some pictures. This is a picture from what today would be Nigeria, the Kingdom of Benin. In 1668, you can see the procession of the king. You can see multi-story buildings in the background. If you look really closely, even though it's quite small for some of you at the back. You can see the city in the background. It has a wall around the outside of it. This wall, the Great Wall of Benin, is in the Guinness Book of World Records, 1974 edition, as the largest earthworks carried out prior to the mechanical era. It's estimated that the wall at its height may have been as much as 10,000 miles of walling. I didn't start or make a mistake. Go and take up the beef with the archaeologists.
Okay, it looks like this is real pictures of the Benin Wall, finally.
In the late 19th century, the British Empire set its sights on the riches of Benin City in modern-day Nigeria.
Driven by imperial ambitions, they launched the infamous Benin Expedition of 1897.
The Benin Kingdom, known for its splendid art and culture, stood as an obstacle to British control. As the British forces approached, towering Benin City walls came into view. These walls, a marvel of engineering, had protected the kingdom for centuries. But on that fateful day in 1897, they couldn't withstand the might of the British artillery. The once impenetrable walls crumbled under the relentless assault. The British forces entered the city, looting its treasures and artworks. The fall of Benin City was a turning point in Nigeria's history, marking the end of an era. Today, the Benin City walls are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a reminder of a glorious past, but their fall remains a poignant chapter in the complex story of colonialism and cultural heritage.
I wonder what type of treasures the British Museum has from Nigeria. British Museum, Benin Wall. Benin bronzes. They took all types of... Look at all this stuff they took, y'all. The British, man. I got beef with the British. No, I'm just kidding. Or maybe I do. Maybe y'all need to give up all these artifacts that do not belong to you. I feel like dude from Black Panther right now. What was his name? Killmonger in the beginning of Black Panther? They bringing out the Killmonger in me.
Where's this one from?
That one's from the Edo people of Benin, 16th century.
Tell me about this one.
Also from Benin, 7th century.
Nah.
I beg your pardon.
It was taken by British soldiers in Benin, but it's from Wakanda, and it's made out of vibranium. Don't trip. I'm gonna take it off your hands for you.
These items aren't for sale.
How do you think your ancestors got these? You think they paid a fair price? Or did they take it like they took everything else?
Oh my God, what a correlation. I did not know that they were talking about the Benin people on Black Panther, guys. I'm editing this video right now, and I can't believe they just said the Benin artifacts. Man, somebody talk to me. But this gets even crazier, guys. Watch this connection I'm about to make. It says, will the British Museum lend Nigeria the Benin bronzes? Lend? What do you mean? Y'all took them. Oh my goodness, y'all ain't right. These might tell a story. Oh, I see it. Guys, I see it. Take a look at this image. All right, guys, I found the correlation. Maybe they weren't lying about the Anunnaki being in Nigeria, because look at this wheel on the back. You guys can't see it, but my cursor is over like this sundial. Do you guys see that sundial behind the statue right above me? Do you guys see the sundial behind that statue? All right, take a look at this. Let's just type in Anunnaki images. I just typed in Anunnaki, right? Look! You see it? Look at it. What's on his wrist? Look. You see this right here? It's matching that thing next to my cursor. They match the circle in the middle, the dial. Somebody's lying about our history. We're not getting all the information here. All right, guys, I want you to take a look at this photo on mine. By the way, this one on my left is from Africa. This was one of the artifacts that they took from the Benin wall. Left here. Take a good look at it. Notice how he is depicting holding, it looks like a cat, some type of cat by the tail. Now, this looks awfully familiar with the Anunnaki. That is not the only similar thing you can see. Look at the wristwatch and look at the 2 circles at the bottom left. There is multiple photos I can show you real quick that show that same looking sundial. So you guys tell me what's really going on here. So there's definitely some type of connection here, guys. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Real quick, I wanted to show you. And then they got images like this with him fused with a lion. Almost like they're shape-shifting. Here's another image holding a lion. And we go back up here. Look, holding a lion. So you guys tell me what type of connection is really going on here. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I think we might have made some type of discovery here. Don't come for me. Entertainment purposes only. Now let's bring it on home with the Great Wall of China not really being the Great or China. Great Wall of China, Great Wall of Tartaria. It's time to bring it home. The people are lying to us.
Oh, we've got your ass. We've got your ass now. The Great Wall of China? You mean the Great Wall of Tartaria? Let's take a look at a few old maps. You can see Grand Tartary in the green and China in the red. Let's take a closer look. As you can see, the wall is circled around China. And again, another Tartaria map. You can see the wall is circled around China. And if you notice, the steep side of the wall is facing China, making it hard for any invaders to climb up. And if you look closely, you will see that the lookout posts are facing China, making it easy to pick off your enemies with crossbows one by one. So no, China didn't build that wall. The Tartarians did. Oh my days.
People are saying Tartaria is Gog and Magog. What is that? Gog and Magog. I believe that's in the good book, isn't it? Let's see what Gog and Magog is. Gog and Magog are features prominently featured in both the Bible and Quran, often representing forces of chaos and evil that will be defeated in an apocalyptic battle. They are mentioned in Ezekiel 38:39. All right. What does it say in Ezekiel 38:39? Future invasion, Israel, nations led by Gog in the land of Magog. That's an interesting theory. I've heard the leader of the Tartarians was Genghis Khan. Gog and Magog, that's interesting. I seen what's his name? We featured him the other day. Gilgamesh might have had something to do with it. So many different interesting theories you can spin what really happened, but they're not going to tell us. Again, we got to eat the meat, spit out the bones, and do a little bit of legwork to try to find out some type of truth on these waters. If you thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today, think again. Wow. Look at this blue aragonite. I love the name. Kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings. Aragonite. But look at the cute little, you can see like the little blue creatures inside of it. Almost like a little, or maybe like a spearmint with the dark blue, dark green specks in it at the top. Giving me Squirtle vibes. And even the back looked like a turtle shell. How interesting. Little blue snowman. If I had to name this piece, I would call it Squirtle Laid Out. Wow, look at this one, guys. We got another one. Look at the crystals popping on this. This is an interesting piece. I know what y'all thinking. We can't do that, guys. But if I had to name this piece, I would call this the Flying Dutchman Ship. That's all we have for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit me with the Friday vibes. Friday vibes is the code word. Don't forget, today I'm doubling up on you, so be sure you head over to Jet Ski Chuck and check out the longer episode that I will be posting late night this evening around 10 p.m. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you later.